there are talks about what I was told. So apparently it must not be that hush hush. So now I feel like I can talk about it.
Oh, Dish, you got to say it.
This is from like a really reliable source. So look, I don't know if this is true, but we don't like to spread that rumors until we're pretty sure. So I was told either like Lizzy left or whatever. And I didn't even read Andy Cohen's statement. So I want to hear what you have to say. But like the rumor is that she's a matchmaker and she fixes up like Jewish clients with other Jewish people. That's all she does, apparently.
Okay.
And so one of the cast members, Brynn Whitfield, this is the rumor of who it was, which this person didn't tell me. I had to figure this out. The rumor is like she, I guess, wanted to be fixed up with one of Lizzy's clients. And again, this is hearsay. She was then told by Lizzy, like, I only fix up Jew on Jew, like that's my business, and I'm Jewish, so it's if anyone is thinking I'm using the word Jew short and it's derogatory, I could say Jewish, but it's when it's your own, I don't really think it's that derogatory for me, David Yontef, a nice Jewish boy, to say Jew as opposed to Jewish for the sake of this argument. And then I guess Brynn said something, I don't really know. And then Lizzy said something like, I think Brynn said something like, what the hell, and something again, I don't know what she said that offended Lizzy. And rumor is then Lizzy said something like, well, that would be like me using the N-word as it relates to someone Black. This is where I'm not sure all of this is true at all, but that's a rumor to what she said. And Brynn herself is mixed. And this is all while they're filming. And so I think there's tape. And so my understanding is that she was let go. And this is the part where because I'm a lawyer. This is where I'm like, girl, what are you doing?
That Lizzy was let go.
That's yes. And then now I see comments. I haven't told anyone this, so I wasn't going to bring it up because the source is so reliable. I'm like, I can't talk about this. This is like really off the record. But now I see all on our last chat about Lizzy, and I just had one with Kim. There's all these comments already talking about this. So I'm like, oh, let's not be that exclusive. The rumor is then that they let Lizzy go, and they're like, there's nothing. There's no money. There's no pay. There's nothing. So she's now like, I worked, where's my money? So I'm just like, I had Gloria Allred on my show, one of the like leading civil rights, like whatever was said and who's right and wrong. Again, I would be filing a lawsuit against Bravo. Personally, if I signed a contract and worked and now I'm not, now whether it's valid or not, I would be suing Bravo. I'd be having a press conference.
As somebody in the TV production business, lots of times with talent, you ask them to do a lot of things before the show. Now, look, I'm assuming they'd entered into an official contract that maybe.
Definitely.
But still, there can be all kinds of contract clauses. Okay, we talk about this on TLC, right? Because on my show, I talk a lot of TLC. It's notoriously known that TLC stars, I'm talking everybody from 90 Day Fiance, they make a little bit more now. But when it first started to Welcome to Plathville, I Love a Mama's Boy, the base minimum is like $3,000, an episode. Okay. That's and sometimes it's even lower if you're not a main cast member, which is, so she might have had this whole thing, she just got $3,500 a day, shooting, or not even a day, an episode. And if they don't have enough material to even use her in one episode, she might not be getting paid. That's not, that could be part of her contract. I don't see how she could sue if she signed that. Yes. I'm just saying hypothetically.
No, listen, I've seen the Bravo contracts. They're not for the faint of heart. It's like you have no rights. You sign your life away. Your life away that you can't sue. I just think when it involves this, and now she's, Jewish, and, I'm just saying, when we get into that area, I think it could, I don't know. All I'm saying is I would at least go to a top lawyer at this point. If I was fired, right or wrong, I would be like, this is something here. I really would. I truly would be suing Bravo if it was me. I know rumor is she's also through this other source was like, I have an NDA. It's like, you can't be fired and expect an NDA to be upheld. So girl, just open your mouth and talk. I don't know.
Wait a minute. She went out okay.
And by the way, I'm not skipping over what was allegedly said and all that. I just don't want to get into that. I'm just more my mind goes to the business aspect of it, of really. But I just think that's a big disconnect between what's being put out there, and I really don't know what's true, right? I mean, she's saying, like, what did Andy, she's saying that she's gotten a ton of death threats, which I'm not taking that away from her. I mean, I am Jewish. I can tell you that like anti-Semitism in this world is a real thing. It's a real thing.
Yeah,
People
absolutely.
like, so I mean, I'm not I'm not saying, again, my favorite saying, two things get to be true. It can be true that she's received death threats and someone on the cast said something anti-Semitic. It's just more like, what a mess. What a mess. I mean, she apparently said this, and apparently she feels stuff was said anti-Semitic against her. I just think if there's a scuffle, if there's whatever, and one person is let go and another isn't, to me, that's a lawsuit. But I think here, whatever it is, if stuff is on the film and there's words that were used while filming, it's pretty, I mean, that doesn't help your case. So I don't know. It's just a mess. I'm not so sure that we've heard the last of this. She's saying, that she's walked away from anti-Semitism. And listen, I don't know her. I am not taking anything away from her. I'm just giving you all the facts. I'm not being negative to anti-Semitism or anything. I mean, I'm a Jew. So, but I think to me, the bigger issue is like, this doesn't, like, there's more than meets the eye, guys, on what these statements are. And what is Andy's statement? And you're rolling your eyes because you're not happy with
Well,
the
I'm
situation.
not really. No, I mean, look, I'm empathetic to anybody that receives any sort of racism, discrimination. I guess when I'm a little shocked, I saw somebody's TikTok. They did like a whole breakdown about this, about her announcement, on her Instagram, essentially saying exactly what you're saying. I received all this anti-Semitism. And the person was like, look,
Liz, is this Gillies, that Gillies woman who, because there's that one blonde woman who apparently is like a new,
Oh,
she
no.
apparently was in the mix for House. This is just another thing I was told.
Okay.
Like, she's apparently jealous. She wanted the job. I'm just telling you the facts. Nothing against anyone. Go on.
No, this was a guy that basically was breaking down, like all of us. I think I was very curious about Lizzy. Like, it seemed like she had lobbied for a long time to get on. She finally gotten on. She obviously was known in New York City circles. I mean, I love Jewish culture. Like, I love a lot of different cultures. I love Black culture, Jewish culture, Asian. I mean, I have friends of all backgrounds. So I'm very curious about how other people live. Obviously, I would grow up like Irish, Catholic, Scottish. So, we're basically just alcoholics that eat chicken. So, I
like that.
I
like that. You had me at alcoholics. You had me at alcoholic. Okay.
Or alcoholics that eat soda bread and eat a lot of like turkey and chicken. So anyway, I was very curious to see her. And basically the person was like, don't we know in 2022, heading into 2023, 23 years of reality TV, that if you put yourself out there, you're going to get everything. You're going to get body shame, fat shame, racism shame, color shame. Like, why did she, I thought the person was very blunt in calling a little bit of bullshit. Like, really? Like, she's probably faced anti-Semitism her whole life. And then you're going to be on TV. It's going to be magnified. And wouldn't the ultimate form of fuck you to the anti-Semites is to stay on and continue to show what healthy Jewish culture is like? I don't know. Again, everybody's mental health, everybody's at a different place. I just feel like you lobbied to be on TV. I mean, this wasn't like you were truly plucked from like New York City society. And it was like, oh, hey, I don't really watch reality TV. I don't know what I'm in for. Like, you moved to different, you bought homes in different, I don't know. I find it hard to believe that was the only reason. I don't know. I just do.
Which leads my theory and what people are saying online, which again was already out there before I'm opening my big mouth. Like, and by the time you hear this, it'll be a week after, guys, and who knows, this could be blown off. But it just,